The scene opens within Club Deep in the village district of the Palm. Club's housed in a fairly modern building, as most of the buildings in this area are. Outside the door hangs the large deep purple neon sign, Club Deep emblazoned upon it. Within the building itself, it's at the main floor. Once you get past the security and cloakroom, is taken up by a massive dance floor, possibly the biggest in all of New Salem. Along one side of the dance floor runs a bar along the left wall. On the right-hand side houses the DJ booth and the massive sound system. A small corridor here leads to bathrooms, and there's a small spiral staircase that leads up to the second floor, or the first floor for our American viewers, where there is a small sort of chill out area in Brock Kerwin's office. Brock is standing in the chill out area. There's a sort of balcony here that looks out over the dance floor. The club itself has good security. It's a well-staffed club, but Brock likes to oversee what he thinks of as his flock. He leans on the banister, staring out over the writhing bodies in the dance floor. The dance floor, as always, is packed, perhaps even more so with it being a Friday night. The revellers out in full force, their bodies gyrating in time to the music which shakes their very inner organs, the bass vibrating around the room. He stands in a pair of blue denims and a perhaps too tight white t-shirt, almost transparent, showing his rippling torso underneath. He stares out into this crowd, thinks he stares a little bit closer and possibly sees a figure he recognises making her way through the crowd of bodies, heading for the stairs, possibly.
He does. He sees Bianca, somebody he's come to know more in recent time, somebody he's kind of taken under his wing in the endeavors of entrepreneurship and running and owning clubs and such. She's making her way to him. She's been saving up money, getting investments, and she thinks she's found the place to set it up. And she's just hoping to talk to him about location and if he thinks it'll work, in his opinion, as she makes her way up the stairs.
As she kind of moves through the dance floor and into the corridor, Brock obviously clearly sees her. He makes his way across the kind of the chill out area to the top of the spiral staircase, basically awaiting her presence. And as she gets to the top, he offers out a hand. Bianca, glad you came along this evening.
She takes his hand. Good evening, Brock. It's a pleasure to see you.
The pleasure's all mine. You're looking radiant as ever. Kind of casts his eyes around the chill out area, spots a table, one he's probably got permanently reserved, that sits near the edge overlooking the balcony down into the area. It's a small sort of circular booth. Why don't you come over and we can discuss business? And he
Thank you very much.
Sits himself staring out onto the dance floor and motions for you to sit down.
And she will. She'll take a seat so that she's like at a 90-degree angle to him, so she can kind of see what's going on out there and still be able to talk to him. So I think I may have found a location. There's a building for sale a few blocks down, right off the main drag.
Yeah, I think that was I think I know the building. So you've got enough capital to pick up that property then, you think?
I do, and to make the renovations, because I'm sure it'll need something. At least finishing touches at the very least. And that's if I'm really lucky.
Yeah, for what you've got in mind, I think it'll probably need, you need to add some flair to it. But no, it should be a good location. As I say, the village is probably your best bet for, well, alternative lifestyles. And he kind of just motions to the dance floor below.
I would have to agree with that. That's very much why I came to you.
And being, well, in the Palm District, obviously rates are a bit higher, but with the higher rates, it keeps the riffraff out and it keeps them safer, less abuse.
Good. Good. I think this may actually happen. How long
So
do you think the renovations take? Usually 4 to 6 weeks.
yeah, I mean your basic arrangements. I mean, obviously we can have a look over the place, see what it looks like. Depends if you need any major renovations, if you're wanting to put in walls or anything like that. But if you're planning on keeping it fairly straightforward and open, it shouldn't take too long. Um, it depends on yourself and what you want to add. You know,
Well, primarily I would like to be a generally open space. I would like to have at least a few rooms for private use. Plus I'll need an office. Contemplating making a room off the office for daytime storage if necessary.
that does prove handy. It's good to be able to sleep where you work. When you say private use, I take it you mean with the members of the club and not
Yes.
our kind.
Well, I suppose our kind could use them as well. They'd still be at the same expectations.
I've not actually checked, but in terms of your expectations of this club, I take it it is purely a business venture.
Business and she kind of stretches her back a little. And to make sure that I always have a steady source of food.
He kind of curls his lip slightly at this. Uh,
Unfortunately, I have to feed quite a bit every night just to get by.
You see, given you see him kind of tense up a little bit, given the area we're in. Well, let's just say it's not necessarily the best place to feed. People get quite suspicious, and well, considering there's already one of us within this domain, if you will, um, it would be quite imprudent, I think, to have another one. You know, but
Very true.
if it was to be fast food, I suppose I'm sure you could quite easily take them home after you'd suggest them and you could eat out with the village.
Takeout.
Mm, I would appreciate it. And he kind of sort of stops and casts his eye over the dance floor, sees like, it's not like a scuffle or anything, but just kind of a small argument sort of starts up. Um, the security kind of quickly on it. They don't cause a scene, but they stand close to it, and it quickly sort of dies down into nothing as the two parties are separated by their friends and they move off to different areas of the vast dance floor. Yeah, take out. The village is, well, between you and me, it's not a place for feeding.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you for the heads up.
And if you let others know that perhaps choose to frequent your club, I would be most appreciative.
I will. But no, the
Oh,
primary source reason is for stability in the coming night so I don't have to put myself out there with clients who've now seen me for 5, 6 years and I'm not changing nearly as fast as the world around me.
Very good, very good. And how are you on the financials side of things? Do you know how to do the books, make the
Yes,
decisions?
I do. My assistant has also learned how to take care of them to make sure that everything gets done in case the IRS comes calling,
Hmm. And
since
she's
I
like,
obviously can't make a daytime meeting.
no, you should keep everything above board.
Oh, most certainly.
He looks down and sees possibly some figures. Well, certainly one figure he recognises from various Elysiums and meets over the last few years. Come wandering in. Um, the wave of music kind of washing over 2D as the bass basically rattles our undead organs within our rib cage.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. She jives. Brock will see her starting to rock with this little blonde girl in her hand, but Judy almost forgets about Lily beside her and just immediately starts just bopping her head up and down, doing this. The dancing itself is horrible looking. It's unorthodox. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very
what,
squid like.
what space you have on the dance floor to kind of move independently of the mass. You manage to make your own moves, but the whole place just seems to be moving like a sea, an ocean of bodies to the heavy sort of Euro pop dance music that's blasting out over the massive sound system with the smoke going off and the laser lights and strobe lighting.
Oh yeah, no. 2D is loving this. She's like pulling Lily into her, like spinning her around, and is quite enthusiastic. She can't take the drugs anymore, but she loves the feeling of the strobe lights and the loudness of it all. She gives a bright smile.
Rock, points out 2D to Bianca. Bianca maybe wouldn't have ever noticed, given the numbers, but yeah, Brock kind of points out. That's that Malkavian girl I've been hearing about, isn't it? What was her name? Danielle, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That's Miss Delavine.
Delavine, that's it. That's it. I've seen her a few times, but I've certainly been hearing things about her. Who's the who's the pretty young thing she's with?
Hmm. Her name's Lily. Lily Renton, I think.
Can't say I've heard of her.
Neither have I. Not until, what, a night or two ago?
Whose child there is? I know, obviously, given the recent situation, there was quite a few granted to
She
smiling
says
right.
she's a toreador of some Damien fella. Doesn't sound familiar to me, but
Damien doesn't sound like any Toreador. No. Then again, the Toreador, I don't know all of them. Not on best terms, are we? Well,
no, we're not.
not in public anyway.
Not when others can see, sadly.
No. Why don't you see if they want to come up?
Certainly, my dear. Bianca gets up and starts making her way down the spiral stairs to the dance floor, sashaying her way through the crowd to Tootie and Lily.
Yeah, 2D's probably dancing very restrictively. She's, looking around. She'll clock Bianca and give a smile as she'll pull Lily behind her. So she just kind of it's like almost like a procession line that she's leading through, kind of meeting Bianca midway. She just smiles at Bianca and goes, "Hi,
Good evening. I didn't expect to see you two here.
Well, we found out a lot today, didn't we, Lily? She kind of looks over at you and she gives Bianca this exasperated look.
Is that so?
Never met anybody like those down there before. Are you guys close to Rosa?
Are we what?
Close to Meinhof and Henry and was it Putty and them?
I am.
Hmm.
Please, why don't you guys come with me? We'll go somewhere that's a little more situated for conversation.
Yeah, come on, Lily. And she just gestures out for her hand.
Bianca
Okay.
leads them up the spiral stairs. My dear, Danielle Delavigne, Lily Renton, this is Mr. Brock Kerwin. Brock, this is Miss Danielle and Miss Lily.
Brock sort of stands up from the circular kind of booth that he's sitting in watching over his dance floor. Basically offers a massive hand. He's quite an imposing figure. I mean, he's like extremely attractive, and he's rippling chest, like almost ripping through his white t-shirt. Danielle, pleasure to see you
Brock,
again.
hi. And she shakes his hand and smiles warmly at him.
How you doing? And Lily, isn't it? Delighted to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Curran. And she offers her hand quite enthusiastically too, kind of fighting the urge to kiss him on both cheeks.
I saw you were enjoying the club.
I've been to this one before. It's huge. So lively. I love it.
Yeah, I pride on it being lively. I like to keep it that way.
Yeah, it's definitely lively. She's like gazing down at the dance floor with a big smile on her face.
Yeah, I mean, the mood in it, like, it's just, there's an almost unnatural mood within the place. It's just like upliftingly happy almost. There's not any sort of tension in the air at all. There's no sort of threat. Sometimes in clubs and bars, there's a slight aura that there might be something about to break out. There's absolutely none of that here at all. The mood's almost like over the top, like upbeat. But yeah, he offers for you to sit down and join them in the booth.
Bianca takes her seat
She
again.
does. And she kind of bounces down on the seat.
So what have we all been up to this evening? How's things out in the city? As you know, I don't get out too much.
Good. Just doing work and all that. We were actually over at Tony's down in the face, visiting Meinhof and all them.
Oh, how are my Nosferatu brothers and sisters doing?
They're themselves. She kind of looks over at Bianca and Lily as well, kind of like, we else.
Things got a little carried away, I think, but it was all in good humor on their part.
They do have a wicked sense of humour sometimes, but no, they're kind of looks at Bianca. Well, they're staunch allies to have.
They are, and she smiles.
Well, if you guys are kind of, he seems somewhat distracted. He kind of flicks his eyes to the dance floor and sort of to another room, like along the bar. There's at one end there's a sort of glass slide door, and at the other end there's a kind of a solid wooden mahogany door. His kind of eyes are flicking backwards and forwards. Well, if you guys will excuse me, I've got a business to run, but feel free to spend the night. Bianca, you know the rules. Pass them on.
Well.
We don't do any of that kind of thing here. But enjoy the night, and I will see you around. And Brock kind of makes his way down the stairs. You see him sort of stopping every now and again, chatting to people. Takes him a while, but you can clearly see him on the dance floor as he moves through. He kind of stops, talks to the barman for a little minute or two, and then pulls the glass slide door at the left-hand side of the bar, enters that and closes the door behind them.
Yes, the rules are no feeding here.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
that's nice.
Cool. Okay. She just
You're
smiles to
welcome to
herself
seduce
nodding.
somebody and take them home with you, but you're not to do it here.
Sure.
Hmm.
What else?
Oh no, that's pretty much it.
Oh,
Don't do
I can just.
anything. You're welcome to dance, have fun, whatnot, but don't do anything that'll get anybody in trouble because, well, Brock will tear you apart.
Oh,
Okay. I don't want to be teared apart. I nearly had that once done to me.
oh. Is Brock one of yours then, Bianca?
He is.
Nice.
So tell me, what sort of fascinating things did you discover this evening that you mentioned out on the dance floor?
She kind of glances over to Lillian, just kind of smiles at her and leans over into Bianca. She's not a Toreador, she's one of mine.
Is that so? Well, that make a whole lot more sense.
Yeah, I announced it. That whisper guy announced it in front of everyone after you left.
Interesting.
hmm But we'll sort it, and I'm gonna look after her, and Teddy will, and she like turns like with a bright smile to Lily, and she's gonna meet all of us, and we're gonna take care of her. Won't like I promise.
We do take
How
care
long
of
you
our
to
own,
be
don't we?
speaking?
hmm So
I've done this well without Damien. I got a home and a job.
I know,
And that's an
I'm gonna
excellent start,
enjoy.
my dear.
but
You
like
get
we
me
can.
to see the rules you promised.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
We'll help you out with all that. So do you guys want to dance, or will we stay here? And I don't want to play spin the bottle again. She kind of smiles.
Well, I mean, I didn't get a place in the bottle. You had the let's go, meanie. Lily's running down
If
the
you
spiral.
want. Trudy kind of
Well,
looks after her and kind of like looks at Bianca, kind of grimacing.
are you feeling like an old lady yet? Chasing after the
No,
young ones?
I'm just worried about her because I think she might have the same thing wrong as. She kind of stops. Maybe me.
It's possible, my dear.
Well, look, I will look after her, and Mr. Star's great and all, so he'll help. And well, do you want to sit here, or do you want to come dance, or since we never really got a chance to talk last time, do you want to just what do you want to do? She kind of just gives you an awkward smile.
I'm planning to enjoy a while up here.
Okay, I'll
Don't
go better
feel like
go.
don't feel like being one of the flotsam in the sea down there.
Do you want me to stay up here with you?
If you'd like to dance, by all means, my dear, go. Enjoy yourself.
She gets an excited smile and runs down the runs down the stairs back out into the dance floor. Dancing on her own, not looking for Lily, she's kind of losing herself off in the music.
Well, Lily's kind of been using the staircase, like kind of like spinning around down it, kind of very much, almost dancing on the rails, and she can get her balance even in the platform go-go boots. That seems to almost help her, and she's very much testing out her flexibility. And I'm guessing, will I need to roll, or will somebody else need to roll for me to see how well she's dancing today?
Sure, I can roll for you. How many dice?
6 dice, please.
She has failed to
Okay.
dance.
She's failed to dance. Yeah, well, she completely, when she goes to click her leg on up and balance, she sort of doing a spin, she was like a roly-poly down the stairs and completely lands on her ass.
Judy kind of glances behind her and sees this. She kind of immediately is walking over and picking up before any bouncers notice. That's why you take it easy.
The bouncers
It was
noticed
just
and
violence
they're coming to
working
check
so
on her.
hard.
Oh, as the bouncers are coming over, Judy's kind of giving you a look, just like, straighten up, kind of, it's a glare.
She
And
does
she's like,
straighten
you're
up.
fine, just a bit of a slip. Just a bit of a slip. That's all. Isn't that right, Lily? She just gives this awkward smile.
Mm-hmm. I'm fine, misters.
Will we have to roll like manipulation performance or something for this?
If you'd like to.
Maybe
Oh,
that's
this should be
something
good.
if that helps.
Let's do this. I only have 2 dice. Oh boy.
What? Manipulation performance. Do I need to do that as well?
Sure.
Yeah. Judy failed.
My manipulation. Yeah, can I have another 6 dice, please, for manipulation performance?
6 dice. All right, I'll roll for it. I got that one.
You got a success.
Oh, we're safe.
They see that you're fine and they're like, okay, try not to do anything stupid again.
I won't dance on the stairs again. Yeah, maybe it was those shoes. I'm really sorry.
Judy just kind of looks over. Do you want to actually try dance out on the actual dance floor and not fall down the stairs, Lily? She gives you this cheeky smile.
It was like a ballet board. It was like a prop set. I had to. Okay, yeah, it's on the floor. It's not the same.
I know, but yeah. Come on. There's a really cool strobe light over there. She kind of swings you into where the strobe light is and is dancing. So I'll roll for that and see how well 2D does in this. She's no performance. So 2D is not doing well and flailing and nearly tripping into Lily. Probably the over enthusiasm. Another for some. I got that. Oh. Man.
Yeah, Lily's a lot more upbeat. She's managed to, after that complete collision course of embarrassment, she's managed to brush herself up and is all her energies up, all the high kicks, all the turns. 2D like, oh yeah, almost knocks her on over, but Lily manages to catch her and spin her and almost make it look like a part of a really slick move itself. So yeah, Lily's having a hell of a time after that. She's bloody burning something fierce, but she seems more or less alright here now.
2D's the opposite. She's kind of like flailing forward, like, just. She kind of looks over at Lily. Oh, I'm not really good at that.
Hey, nobody's watching. Just have fun, Missy.
She nods as she proceeds to do the granddad dance, because that's the only thing she's bloody capable of doing without falling and flailing. And do these weird dance moves, basically, unless anyone else is doing anything. Okay, then, we're still dancing apparently. Yeah.
The rather attractive and very trendy figure of Sarah Fretterwick, which some of you may recognise but hadn't seen that often over the last few years, joins the two of you on the dance floor and begins dancing in what might be described as a more kind of French nonchalant style. She knows she looks good, and wants to appear effortlessly kind of cool and chic.
Wow. Hey, look at this. She's kind of like, inclining over at Sarah, she's just kind of awestruck, kind of staring at her, dancing very well compared to her.
Oh, hey!
Hi.
How you
Wanna
doing?
join us?
Yeah. Do you want to like introduce me to your friend and that? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you probably know me. I'm Daniel Delevine, and this is Lily Renton.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah. Well, hello, Lily. My name's Sarah. Or Sarah, baby. Just call it whatever you want.
Sorry, that sounds really cool. Nice to meet ya.
Yeah, lovely to meet you too. You like new round here?
What about you? You look like you own this club right now.
No, nothing so grand for me, I'm afraid. I'm much more into less bricks and mortar type things. It's much more of the collector, distributor, find the talent and all that stuff. That's more my game. And parties, of course. Socialite number 3. I'd love to say number 1, but that would be unfortunately not true in this town with so many lovelies. And now you two lovelies to add to the mix, yeah.
You say the
Yeah.
talents, like what are you, like a producer or something?
What, sorry? The music's like really loud.
You said like you procure like talents and stuff, so like what are you, a producer, like talent
Yeah,
scout,
kind of
or
like
just
that, like talent spotter, producer, that kind of thing with directing, got my hand in a load of things right now. Exciting times, do so many cool things with all the computers and stuff. And, like, one of my, like, proteges, you might have heard of him, he's known locally as, like, the underwater music guy.
Oh.
Oh,
He,
that's really neat.
yeah, no, he's, like, super talented.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a bit of an introvert though, so it's quite hard to get him out of party and promote stuff. But he's really, really good.
That's the mystique.
Yeah. Say, do you want to like go hang out in the smoking area and like we can chat and stuff, or do you got like other people here with you?
We have a woman upstairs, Bianca. If you know her.
Yeah, I think yeah, not seen her since that night. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, she's upstairs. If you want to see her, there's a private area. Brock is letting us use it.
Uh, maybe, maybe I'll like meet you up there. She looks completely dejected after she clearly mentioned something, and then she just kind of wanders off, possibly to the smoking area, or possibly not.
what happened that
Should we
night?
should we go? Should we go after her?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know her more. You follow, I follow.
I've seen her around a few times. She kind of pulls her hair out of her face. Mom, we'll go out to the smoking area for a change. She just is taking you by the hand, is taking out a pack of her own cigarettes as well. She will dance into the smoking area, kind of following after her.
It's reasonably busy out there, but not like too packed, and you'll see just near the kind of little barrier, just away from the heat lamp where some people are gathering. There's like bitterness to the air tonight, despite only just being the end of summer. She'll just be in the corner, kind of like arms folded, almost like she's cold, and just kind of staring out, not really looking around, not looking particularly happy.
Danielle will get
What's
this awkward
wrong?
smile and she'll walk over and offer her a cigarette, just like tapping the packet and offering. You look like you need one.
Oh no, please don't light up near me. I don't really appreciate it. But thank you.
Oh, okay. She'll turn around and light the cigarette and
I mean, it's silly in that. Normally it's
break
not
hands.
an issue, but I just wanted a bit of space. You know what I mean, darlings?
That's okay. Oh. Danielle kind of adopts a kind of very rejected look as well. She kind of looks at looks at Lily and kind of like, what do you want to do?
I can tell you for a bit, but go at dancing. It's up to you. But yeah, what happened that night?
Lily,
I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What?
Nothing special.
Are you for real, yeah? I wanted to not talk about that and went for some space.
Sorry.
she didn't mean anything by it,
What?
Sarah. She's new. She doesn't understand. She's only learning the ropes. She just takes Lily by puts her hand on her shoulder.
It's like fucking social
She-
skills, for fuck's sake. And she just storms off back into the club.
That was rude. You feel Danielle's hand grip your shoulder, like squeezing it. That was rude. Come on, we'll go back up to Bianca. Come on. And she throws a cigarette down and she stomps it out with her boot and just holding your hand and like Bianca, quite agitated.
Danielle was at the
She was.
Team
Yeah.
Toreador thing, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, she was. She was team Toreador, yeah. Danielle was. That's why she was telling Lily not to talk about it.
Cool.
So she'll just kind of glance back as when they get to the private areas, Bianca seeing them coming in, as when the door closes, she'll just turn to Lily very calmly and says, "You don't talk about that night, okay?
Don't know that night was. I'm sorry. I'll try to make it up to her. I mean,
You just
that's
let her
not
have her
something
space.
I
Let her have her space. Let her have her space, okay? You don't bring up stuff like that, okay?
Sorry, I didn't know.
It's all right. It's all right. Now she kind of just gives you an awkward smile. Now you do know. Some people get upset about it. That's all.
When people mention something like that, they only want to talk about it more. Nice sometimes. I don't know.
Danielle kind of just gestures, okay, come on, we'll sit down and chat to Bianca. And she just gestures at Bianca, like, help me, you know.
Enjoying yourselves, my dears.
Danielle shakes her head.
You look frazzled.
We met Sarah. She seemed quite agitated.
Sarah. Yes, I think I know the one.
She got a bit quiet when, that night was mentioned. The one that, you know. And Lily didn't understand, so she asked, and Sarah got quite annoyed. That's all. It's just, she was a bit rude.
She pats the seat next to her. Come here, Lily.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I don't want to keep on upsetting people.
You're not upsetting me. I'm just going to give you a little education so that you understand. That night that they're referring to is the night that her father died.
Oh, guys.
So it's a
I
very
saw.
touchy subject.
Yeah.
I told you there was a big fight going on, and we lost a lot of people. Dad. So that's why you don't mention it, okay?
No,
It's not your.
no.
We're not angry at you. It's okay. It's just not a
But
good
now
idea.
you know, and you know why to avoid it. All
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good girl. And she strokes your hair and is very comforting towards you.
Where's Sarah?
A lot of people lost ones close to them during that.
Yeah. She actually gives 2D gives Bianca's hand a squeeze.
She squeezes it back.
Oh, but we're all better now, right? We're rebuilding.
Building a bright new future for ourselves.
Yeah, and Dan works in human resources, so I think she's going to do really well. She gives her a smile.
Who's in human resources?
Lily. That's what she told us from
Right.
human resources.
Human resources.
What's that?
I'm almost gonna need a human resources of my own soon. Bianca gets a slight grin on her face.
2D does as well.
I'm opening my own business.
Oh, that's fantastic. What is it?
It's gonna be a club of sorts.
Oh,
I'm sorry?
do tell. And you'll just notice that there's nearby a figure who wasn't there, or maybe you just didn't see him come up a few moments ago. He's got a familiar voice, but he looks rather different. Not particularly attractive, but still quite tall and slender. Um,
Yes, I'm getting ready to open a club. Not too terribly far from here.
I'm sorry, may I join you?
Gladly.
Of course, my dear, there's a familiarity about you, but I just can't place it off the top of my head.
Well, maybe it's the music interfering with your ears. But we just had a lovely
Yeah.
evening together earlier, for at least part of it, before visiting hours were over.
Yes, it's a pleasure to see you again, my dear.
Thank you. A club, you say? Like a gentleman's club? A polo club? What sort of club?
It is a fetish club.
Oh my, how delightful.
What kind of fetishes you can specialize in?
Well, my personal choices are impact, whips, bondage. Well, used to be fire, but I've kind of grown away from that in the last decade or so.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I must say, it sounds very appealing to certain side interests one might indulge in. Is this a solo venture?
I have the backing of my clan on it.
Ah, then I am sure that not only will you succeed as you would have on your own, but you will excel. Quite a vibrant and energetic group you are.
We do try.
Oh, you do more than try. Absolutely astonishing stuff has come from your quarter over the years?
Yours has been quite fruitful in its own ways.
Mm. Yeah. 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 You notice a stray beetle just starts going along the edge of his seat before he gently picks it up and pops it inside his pocket.
So, do you have any partners or any other people who are helping you, any bosses in this venture, Bianca?
I have assistance from several of my clanmates.
Mhm.
Brock has been very forthcoming with information.
It is good to see that those who have made a positive name for themselves in many respects, such as yourself, are doing so well now that we have a quieter time of it all.
Yes, quite a time. It's almost strange to feel somewhat relaxed on occasion.
Yeah, it's weird. Really weird.
So, Miss Danielle, isn't it?
Yeah, Daniel Delavine.
What's new with you, my pretty young thing? What are you up
I'm
to
just working in Magdon, the pharmaceutical research facility.
Yes.
Um,
Fantastic. You're a scientist?
yeah, I'm more of a chemist. I'm the lead researcher there for mainly. I
The lead
oversee.
researcher, my. How many
Yeah,
degrees do you have?
I have a lot. She kind of looks down, kind of bashfully. I just know my way around the lab. That's all. Nothing
That's
too
all.
grandiose.
Well, to be the lead researcher there, I must say you likely need a significantly auspicious doctorate or two.
Well, Antoine is most recognizable of my talents.
That he is a veritable s- s- clairvoyant, some might say. And you see he's kind of laughing a little bit to himself about something.
She kind of leans forward. What's so funny? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, I'd love to say, but I'm afraid I can't.
I won't be offended if it's something.
No. It's not for fear of offense, my darling.
Okay, she just smiles. Her eyes kind of just narrow a bit as she gets a bit nervous looking. But yeah, no, that's all I've been doing, and just doing odds and ends and planning to eventually maybe open up, maybe talk to Delarus about working a clinic in the poorer areas.
Yes. Well, I say, if you want to do such good works, have you heard of that old religious bag in the Toreador clan? She
Catherine,
is
I've been to
quite
some of
into. Oh,
I've been
you've
to
met her.
I've met her when I went to one of her parties with Isabel and Sly Malone, if you know him.
I've heard of him, yeah. And I have met him briefly.
She is
How did you find the party?
wonderful. It was so grandiose. The music was so nice. The gardens, all these rare type of plants, and so she gave us a drink of. It was tasting amazing. Like her eyes kind of widen, remembering the texture and taste. So, and it was such a rare gift as well. You know, it was.
Yes. Yes,
She was
she's
quite
quite the
quite the host.
the rare host, the rare gem.
Have
Unique,
you been to her party? Have you been to her parties?
and not for a while. I went to a few before. It all went a bit wrong at one of them, and that's the last one I went to, I'm afraid. I never found the
Oh,
time after that. Did you hear about the time it went wrong?
I believe I met the brother of the person who died or something. Frank Sargent told me. That got in.
Oh, right, yes. Yes, well, you see, there's this fellow that's of her line, you see. His name is David. David Green.
David Green.
Although he now goes by the name of Robert. But I first met him when he went by the name of David. You know, maybe it's his middle name. But yeah, he's as I understand it, of one of her progeny or something like that. And he was the last to arrive. He wasn't invited, but I understand he's always been welcome. And lo and behold, a short while later, a ravenous pack of newly embraced monstrosities and their fevered masters turn up at the door. Some might
Yeah.
say coincidence. I might say carelessness. Others still might say other things.
And why are you discussing this piece of topic with myself and Bianca, who have both experienced the monstrosities? Bianca more so than me, but why would you be enlightening us to this particular
What's called
event?
conversation, darling.
Hmm.
Talking about things of potential interest.
I
I
would be
share
interested.
some anecdotes, some interesting facts and tidbits. Some of them will merely titillate you, perhaps, or maybe be mildly interesting. Others may give you snippets of information that are useful to you as you grow up in this busy, intrigue-filled world of ours. And in return, it is normal for others to share such things at points when they have things of interest. And as I've met you and you seem quite lovely, why not use this opportunity to garner the beginnings of what might be quite a fruitful friendship?
I would be interested in such a friendship. Danielle kind of leans forward very seriously.
You see, all three of you are quite lovely. And I can be quite lovely too in my own way. And I think we should all be quite lovely together in our own ways.
What do you have in mind then? She kind of looks at Bianca, kind of, and glances back at Lydia and goes,
For now, conversation. I have many conversations. I have a great many friends. We talk about many things, but as you also can tell, there are things I won't talk about. Some things are for sharing, some things are for keeping, and many things are for sharing only with those of whom it might be of use.
and how would we get the information that might be either that you won't want to talk about or might be of use? if we're having a polite conversation.
Well, if you know what you want, you have but to ask. I may know something, I might be able to find out something. That's a different matter entirely. Not what I was aiming for this evening. This is just the opening rounds of getting to know one another and sharing and caring.
I'd be
I
very much
know what
interested in
might
sharing and caring.
be of
She just
use
gives
to
a
you.
smile.
He smiles back. And you may not know what might be of use to me yet, but do not worry. I have a few more years on you in this game, therefore I may be of use in giving you bits of information here and there. Just to inform you better, because forewarned is prepared or forearmed or something. There's some phrase about that.
I would be most inclined to agree.
Mm.
It's better to be paranoid and alert rather than be soft and
No need for
disinterested.
paranoia. Just be a open-eyed, open-eared realist.
Well, she'll stretch out her hand to being an open-eyed and open-eared realist then.
Yes, indeed. But, yes. Anyway, I'm sure my story was quite boring. I shan't bother you with it.
No, I would be most interested in this individual and what he's doing. Danielle kind of leans forward
Well,
very intently.
You misunderstand me. The story is not about one individual. It is a story about an event, which some were there and many were not. And from many different events, you can build a better picture of people or possibilities. And I was sharing my view of what I saw and observed with you of that evening. Not to be an idle gossip, but simply to help inform you. I don't expect to hear idle stories spread about your other neonate friends of this particular evening, beyond what you might hopefully be able to tell are more widely known facts. I'd hate for me to get the reputation of being an idle or malicious gossip, because that is not my intent. A good conversation with good people surely never harmed anyone, did it? And he looks individually at each one of you for about 1 or
It
2
does
seconds.
not.
It doesn't.
Well, good. I must say I'm quite surprised by that large Johnson fellow going back again with his sire to help protect her domain, well, her dwellings. But loyalty is strong between child and sire, often. Although I had heard that sometimes in Clan Toreador it is not always that strong. But such rumors do not always carry weight.
Judy's kind of squeezing Bianca. Very gently squeezing her hand and actually holding on to Lily as well. Just under the table.
Yes, such
um,
rumors may actually be far truer than one may think, if
or
put in the right context.
Or perhaps they are truer as one might know, and truer in more than one instance.
At a table not too far away from you guys sits an elderly man. He's dressed in black. He's got a very thick collar, but his religious apparel is kind of like hidden away. His crooked silver cross is pressed against his chest, and he's flanked by two younger gentlemen that are perhaps engaged in a heated debate, and he's looking passively, like past them, towards your table. Not really staring, but obviously there's some interest.
Watch for lies.
No.
Indeed. Do you know that gentleman down there?
She shakes her head and looks over at Bianca.
Never seen him before in my life.
Hmm.
She look back at Lily just in case. She goes, "Do you know him?"
No, I definitely remember him. No.
Okay.
Well, perhaps this private area is not quite as private as one might like.
If
But
you're
anyway.
if you're looking in his direction, the argument between the two gentlemen ends, and it's a little strange because if you're paying any attention at all, you just see him turning his head to each of them in turn and saying one word, and they get up and leave him, leaving him by himself with his hands on the table, casually glancing in your direction, this strange smile on his face.
No, Danielle's fixed on that. She's just leaning forward. Now that is interesting.
I've seen other people dressed similar to that, though. Then again, I could also claim the whole goth movement's like him.
It does appear to be a bit of a uniformity about it, doesn't it?
It does.
He kind of just stares at his slightly crooked cross while her hand reaches down to caress her own.
How many chairs are at your table? Is there like an extra chair or anything, or no?
I'd say there would be, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, there's room to come sit. I think you'd have to go up the stairs and round the side of the screen or however it's set up.
Cool.
We can actually see the dance floor from where we're at, so.
Yeah, so you'd be able to see us from there. But
Alright. So upstairs is just one table? It's just put you guys in it? Is that what?
No, there's several tables upstairs.
Okay. Well, I was upstairs at one of those tables.
cool.
Makes it easier.
Alright.
Alright. So I'll get up and I'll approach rather casually. May I take a seat?
Bless you, my dear, of course. Please join us.
I'll sit down and I'll hold my smile as I say, my name is Josephus. I'm new in town. And I glance around the place. Wasn't expecting it to be so, what's the word? Sinful. But I hold my smile. I've wandered into the wrong place, perhaps.
If you're like many of the men of the cloth that I've known over the years, I think you're well acquainted with sin.
I incline my head towards you. Men of the cloth, yes, drawn towards it, like a magnet. do introduce yourselves, please, if you don't mind. Oh,
My name is Bianca, and she puts her hand out.
I take your hand, and I got this weird handshake where I dig my middle finger and index finger kind of into your palm. It's very strange. It might make you feel like uncomfortable, perhaps maybe a little bit aggressive. There's no like puncturing of your skin or anything like that. It's very weird, and my handshake is very cold. But I have this like very strange smile as I shake your hand in this very weird way. Pleasure to meet you. Who are your friends?
Hi, I'm Lenny Renton. It's a pleasure to meet you. She goes to kind of give him, offers her hand to you, but she does, if I'll permit her, go to kiss each cheek.
She offers her hand. Oh,
Offers her hand and goes to kiss each cheek of his as well, if I'll permit her.
yes. My cheeks are kissed, and I give you the same handshake. A pleasure. Quite an interesting voice you have.
Thank you. But, you say that sinners are often drawn to places like this. What about those who are repent?
Oh, I tend to wander into all sorts of places. Though it usually takes me a while before I find a place as decrepit as this one. However, I intend to go even deeper down the rabbit hole. Trying to find the part of the city, me being new and all, that is mostly abandoned where the hopeless go, those downtrodden. I was told about some place called the Face. I told my
Yeah.
way.
South side of the river.
Yeah. I'd be
Well,
careful
that's
around there, though. I'd be careful around there, though. It can be quite dangerous at night. I used to live there as well. She'll hold out her hand, kind of. Her eyes would narrow. Danielle Delavine.
All right. I hold my smile. It might be creepy at this point because my face doesn't really change expressions. But I give you the same very weird, perhaps aggressive handshake. Pleasure.
She'll actually grip your wrist with both her thumbs and a squeeze. It's like she's looking at you and just her head cocked to the side as she returns this smile.
As you grip my wrist.
Hand away. Yeah, she'll just touch your wrist, like kind of like this.
Okay, cool. All right. My fingers kind of dance a little bit as you do that.
She just swerve her hand away and then just. Why are you so interested in the face that used to be a dangerous place for people to go?
Dangerous place for people to go, yes. Perhaps only dangerous people would go there. Those that are down on their luck and in need of saving.
A regular savior of the people, are you? Lovely to meet you. My name's Poddy.
Poddy. A pleasure.
Is his hands gloved, or are they?
Oh no, they're not gloved. Just like in the picture there, I have ungloved hands that are quite cold to the handshake. So yeah, I do offer you my hand, and as I offer it, you can see that it's like weird kind of offer, where my fingers are kind of like dug in.
As you do that, Poddy will change his handshake, so his index and middle finger will actually go through, and they're a little bit longer than is usual, and press in against the inner part of your wrist where your ligaments are, and you just shake your hand like that, in a bit of a weird way about it.
As you give me this weird handshake in return, you can see my entirely creepy smile widen even more. And as the handshake parts, I seem more relaxed in the chair. It's quite obvious that my handshake was quite cold, and as were yours, I would imagine.
Yep.
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. So, not willing to take anything to chance. I'll see if you guys are drinking anything.
There's not a
Danielle,
drink on this
no.
table.
Nope.
Well, do I say that I am in kindred company?
You could probably make that guess. I don't think anyone else has blusher health.
Oh, my character says that.
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
That might be a reasonable assumption.
Mm-hmm.
You
Kindred
say you're
spirits
new.
on us.
Yes, quite new. Unintroduced. Well,
Who's your sire, then? A family?
my sire is not from here. Los Angeles. That's where I come from. But my family is well aware of my presence. I dress sort of like them. Gloves excluded, of course. I think my collar is a little thicker. I am pleased to say that I belong to the group that is led by the illustrious.
Brody and his brothers.
I know, Brody Innes and his famed brother.
Yeah, that makes sense with the uniform. Danielle kind of just softens a bit.
What do you mean? There's like a cleric of us, or just like a church of us? Lazy
No.
just completely.
A church of us, that's kind of quaint.
Some might want it that way, but no, anyone who tells you there's a church of us, a religious movement of us, is mad or evil, often both.
Oh. I just assumed you were a father, sir, the whole, and going down to the face to help people who need help.
Now that I know that I'm among true sinners, there's no need for me to cast any subterfuge on you. I'm no priest. Simply indulge in the metaphysical, that quest to find God, and all those things. And I kind of wave my hand dismissively.
Bianca rolls her eyes very dismissively.
Truly kind of God. Surely God wouldn't exist if he can create, if we are the living proof that life does happen after death. Right?
There's more to it than that.
Speaking on an intellectual level, I think, though, that if there is such a thing.
You don't think there's anything higher? Now I'm not just saying God in the flowers and sunshine aspect, saying we got our powers from something, didn't we? There's always a start to any story, a start to any affliction. There's always a patient zero, the initial miracle.
Yes, or the initial curse.
Right. One thing that we're quite blessed with what we have. And perhaps our power doesn't just come from the Lord, if there even is one. But I don't come here to convert you. I shake my head. I don't even know what I believe in. That's why I enjoy the pursuit. And I think the face is a good place to start.
More of a scholar, then.
Yes, I'd say that.
So,
I think everyone on my side of the fence in the cult of the Innes brothers would be considered a scholar. I'm more of a focused scholar, a metaphysicist, if you will.
Metaphysicist. She leans forward. Fascinating.
Yes. See, I'm be willing to converse with you and tell you as much as you're willing to listen. And of course, your story no doubt will fascinate me as well. But if you could show me the face, be my guide as someone who had lived there, I would very much appreciate it. Perhaps
I'm
we
happy to
could
give
be
you a tour.
friends.
Yes, perhaps before you agree to be the tour guide for this lovely stranger we have just met, who knows some names of some people we also may know, it would be a better idea to get a little bit more proof that he is who he says he is.
Yeah, Hottie is correct. And she'll look at Lily and just shake her head.
Bianca glances to Tootie. You still have a few friends over there, right?
Yeah, I do. I have a couple of good friends that are still lying around. I think Michael still owns his textile laundry. She kind of smiles to herself.
I meant more, and she kind of nods her head towards Josephus.
Yeah, I'll contact Mr. Corfin.
Tell me, Josephus, who else in the city knows you other than your clan?
Aside from my clan, I came across a rather interesting investment stockbroker, I believe. His profession, Toulouse LeBeau, what's his name? Or LeBrow.
Yes.
He
Anyone
also
you care to name of actual import or proper standing?
proper standing. Aside from those that lead my clan in this city, I could not name any name. My first
Well,
contact in this city was a member of my own clan, one Jason Ives.
Huh. Danielle kind of smiles. Huh. Now there's a name.
well, then I'm sure you will understand our hesitancy to embrace you fully as a true friend until we have slightly more than your wonderful company and a few names to go on.
Most certainly. No, I know it's quite difficult to make friends, especially as a newcomer. And I expect a degree of carefulness, especially since I was informed that this city is teetering, perhaps, rocking between order and chaos.
I wouldn't go so far as that, but
Just
it is
repeating what I was told.
by that stockbroker fellow, was it?
Oh no, I speak of Ramsey, who
Ah,
mentioned this to me.
well, perhaps he would know more and is a wonderful analyst if what I've heard and witnessed is anything to go by. So perhaps we are, but I would have said we are more in a state of recovery and restabilization.
Good. I will not stand in anyone's way. As I said, I am merely a specialized scholar, and I'll be out of everybody's hair. And if I have
Do
no guide, I shrug ever so slightly. That will not keep me from my goals.
I'd be happy to go to. I just want to
To
see where I
Lily,
live. Is that right? Why not?
Lily, because
I mean, it's dangerous, right? So wouldn't it be good to have somebody to guide you?
I'm sure Josephus could wait a short while, perhaps a few nights, until such things can be confirmed. And I'm sure then a few of us would be happy to help you get more acquainted with areas of the city at times of our mutual convenience.
Tell me, are there places of the city that are out of bounds for one such as myself?
Well,
Sterling.
I wouldn't go
yes,
there.
that's not in the city, but yes, that is true.
What happens in this place called Sterling?
It is the province of some members of our wider society that aren't within our umbrella of the Seven, but are still considered reasonable acquaintances or useful allies at times. But they are not of us, they are not under our laws.
And you have to get permission. You don't tolerate people just walking in.
Yes.
Very well, I have no intention to go to this Sterling place. As I see it, everything that I need is in this city. And if
Well,
I'm not placed in a box and told not to go to certain places, if there's no restriction on my wanderings, then I will. Well, I will not accept your offer to wait, because
if you allow me just 1 or 2 days to talk to my Tremere friend, just to confirm who you are, and then Lily and I can show you all around the face. Does that not sound reasonable?
Well, you can find me in the face once you've confirmed it for yourself.
I'll find you pretty quickly.
Great
Don't
minds
worry.
don't sit in their chairs and wait for instruction. They're the ones that go out and pursue, are they not? Did Jesus Christ sit in his chair and wait for the leaders of the temple to come up with where he should go? Should he go to Israel? Should he go
Well,
to
that
Jerusalem?
really depends at what point of his life you're talking. As a young child, like all Jewish children, he would have been schooled in the early rabbinic traditions where they tiered them off at various phases to either carry on down the priestly class or not. He would have sat and waited often as he learned to be a carpenter before he ever begun his ministry at the tender age of, was it 33? So yes, there are a great many times the great Lord and wonder, Jesus Christ, did sit and wait. Is there not a time for all things under the sun, including waiting?
I lean towards you and I put my fingers around my face. I'll say, I am not a child. I am a man aged, and I've seen many years, and I've done my time. I've been to school, and I've done the waiting. So I will wander into the desert, and you can find me there.
Well, I hope it
If
is
you
not
so
40
choose.
days and 40 nights which you wait for an answer from your God before you come back to us.
I will not be coming back to you. I hope that you come to me, though. My hand is always open and waiting, and those that come and assist me will find themselves assisted. And I do this completely reverse cross sign in the air, perhaps as if I don't know how to do it, or perhaps if I'm intentionally mocking. But I do it regardless. And I put my hands on the table and I push myself up, holding a wide smile.
Whereabouts in the face will you be staying?
See, I don't know. I've never been there.
How might we contact you if we would like to come and visit or help show you around?
I
Hmm.
do not have a phone. I don't
I see.
believe in technology and this internet and things like that. So you will have to, I don't know, bump into me perhaps on the street. Or perhaps you will hear of me once you arrive.
Lily and I
Will
will
you be
find you quite quickly, won't we, Lily? We know our way around that area.
will you be going by your normal name? I'm sorry, my dear, I interrupted. Please go on.
Of course. And if you cannot find me, a Gentile will take you by the hand and lead you towards me. God willing.
I say, with all this religious talk, you should talk to that that Catherine, yes.
I rock my head from side to side. Perhaps. After the face. I bid you all an interesting night. Thank you for the conversation and for allowing me a spot at your table, and for the offers, and for the curiosity as well as the cautious nature. It serves you well. You never know if you're joined by someone that is good or not so good. Only God knows, truly, what's in someone's heart. And I'll wander off.
I bid you good night.
It was an honor to meet you.
Bianca unclenches her jaw.
Lily, he turns to you very seriously. If you see him in the face, you tell me immediately, okay?
Sure. Why?
Just do, okay?
Sounds like someone who wants to learn and you could learn a lot from. And just wants to know his bearings. He wants to help people.
Are you a child or a dimwit?
Huh?
I see. Is
Don't.
everything alright, Bianca?
Just getting a little too religious up in here for me.
Not a fan?
Not in the slightest.
Well,
That
I
one,
must bid you all good night. I wish you a wonderful evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. And probably will give a nod, almost like a mini, very minor bow as he stands up and standing about 6'8" and begins to head off. And he'll be looking to see if that interesting Tremere fellow is around at all, or if he's already left.
He'd be like, I guess, at the bottom or wherever the dance area is. The way he tries to introduce himself to new people is that he kind of like stands off away from everyone else and perhaps just waits to be scanned by aspects of two. So he's doing a little bit of that on the second floor, kind of like, being where others aren't and just gazing, glancing about. He stands out quite a bit because I guess this is a more high class area. Maybe it's the fact that he's dressed all in black that kind of makes him look like he, I guess, might be in the same economic bracket. But he's not making any conversation with anyone. He's just kind of just standing there.
Polly will disappear off to the quiet corner of the club and wait there and just observe from afar.
Observing him, maybe for another 10 minutes or so, you'd see that he would like quickly dismiss people that would come up to him, maybe interested young men. I guess what would that be called? Looking to hook up with maybe like a sugar daddy or something like that, and he just looks at them just as one word, lightly leave, and they leave him alone. They just walk away, total flip, and move off. Once he gets no contact with anyone else, he just exits quite slowly, but he still exits. And it's strange, but his facial expression rarely changes. It's always like he has this eureka look, like he just came about like a realization, kind of this like glance that he always has. But yeah, he doesn't do anything odd or suspicious. Oddly enough, he doesn't even try to feed or pick anyone up.
He'll be followed again. Could someone give me a 7 dice roll? I can't use dice trim on my iPad. Cool. Do you want to give me a passive or reactive wits alertness roll? See if you notice him. He's kind of attempting to follow you without being obvious.
All right, let me find my stats here. Give me a sec. My wits is 3, and my alertness is 0. So 3 dice. Here we go. Oops. There you go. I got 7 and a 6. So 2.
Also, you don't really pick up on the fact that he's mingling in and about the people, and as you head out, he heads out as well. And then I don't think I need to bother rolling again. He's just gonna use some other talents to follow you without being particularly obvious to anyone at all.
So basically, he doesn't use like any taxi or anything. He just walks. Long story short, he like walks down the road or wherever we are. If there's like a subway in New Sarum, he would like use the subway to get to wherever he would exit. That's kind of near the college or wherever the known chantry is. And he would basically, well, you wouldn't lose him there, but unless you want to try to sneak into the chantry, he goes in the chantry.
No. He doesn't follow him into any buildings. He just sees where he goes, and that's it.
Okay.
My dear Lily, you have to be careful with outsiders. You never know if they're somebody of the less trustable types trying to get in to cause more havoc and trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I meet a lot of strangers. I meet a lot of people who may be good and may not be. I know how to look after myself, and I know the people who can help clean up when things go messy. It's all right.
I know. You're not stupid. I know. She kind of gives you a smile. Just sometimes you gotta be a bit more careful, okay?
He wants to help, and yeah, his beliefs may be unorthodox, but his heart's in the right place.
How do you know he's not just looking for an easy place to start killing people? People who won't be missed.
A lot of people are missing. Even the homeless get a lot of jobs to do around there. We'd notice. And if we're touring him around, we'd know where he'd be going a lot. Think of it this way, maybe it'd be easier for us to pin him down if we knew and got closer to him to keep a better eye on him. Right?
Judy's eyes kind of widen. Why don't you pour him around? And I have a little trick to make sure he won't see me. That way, you're safe, and I'll be watching you. And we can do like you said.
We'll have to find him first if he goes along that way.
Well, we'll go together and I'll keep watch. How about that? Be like our own personal little thing.
Mm,
Plus, it can
okay.
show me what
Yeah.
what you can do. What do you think? Yeah, that's a good idea. But be careful.
Yeah. Just
Hmm.
okay. Just don't be obvious.
She just kind of takes a long look at you and just doesn't say anything.
Well, he might see you. He knows what you look like.
You got a lot to learn, Lily. She just gives you a gentle smile.
Hmm. I'm just saying, give him a chance. Or if you don't want to give him a chance, this is a good way to, lock down.
Let's just we'll double check. I'll talk to Victor, and we can track him and follow him just to be on the safe side. And you can introduce them all around, and I'll keep watch. All right? Now let's get out of here. We've lingered for too long.
Okay.
Come on, I'll walk you home.
No, you don't
And
have to do that. I can walk
I'll walk
myself
you.
home.
I'll walk you to the face just to be safe. It's paranoia. Let me have it.
And promise not to follow me
And
home.
I won't follow you home. Besides, remember when I called you, you're going to have to come anyway because we'll be getting. She pinky promises you.
Yeah, but I said I'll meet you somewhere else. I won't meet you
Yeah,
at my
well,
home.
when I ring, you answer, okay?
Sure,
Because this is
sure.
serious.
If I'm not
This is
working, I'll
serious. And she
answer.
looks at you. This is serious. When I ring, you answer me.
Yeah, and if I'm not working, I'll answer.
Good. Now come on. And she kind of is walking, giving a. She actually turns to Bianca and gives her a very affectionate squeeze. Sorry about if he made you uncomfortable and all that.
I'll survive. So far, he has too, so nothing's wrong, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll check him out, and if you want to come with, you can. I could always use a bit of. She smiles at you. Your scariness.
I'm not that scary, am I?
No, not anymore. You're the first time.
Bianca gives you a slight smirk.
But yeah, I'll send you a message when Madame here finds him. She just gives you an awkward smile.
Be safe, you two.
Always. She's just, looking back at Lily,
Okay.
kind of,
I'm not a madame.
Mademoiselle then. And she kind of just sticks out her tongue and is walking down the spiral stairs.
That's better.
And they leave, and Bianca gets up and goes to the railing and scans the room, thinking about some things that Brock had told her, things he'd done, keeping an eye out. Yes, I think I like having my own place. And with that, this scene will end.